Side note, did y'all niggas see that Kyrie Irving game winner off the one hand?
With the left, I seen that shit live.
Damn, that shit
was nasty.
That shit,
Yeah, tough. Bro, I'm left-handed. I wouldn't even attempt no shit like that.
That shit like poetry, nigga.
Nah. Bro, you see how far he shot it from, bro? That was almost... He took off from the three-point line and flew to that bitch.
The craziest part is after, like, he gave the interview afterwards, he said he did all that shit while being hungry and thirsty because it was Ramadan.
It was Ramadan.
It's just crazy, like... NBA players, when they're going through something, they just be balling. They ball the fuck out. I'll trade you my Ramadan Kyrie for your ball D-Wade.
I'll trade you my dick kick Draymond.
Oh, bro, I had that card in my pocket.
For your fucking baby Jared Kirschbach.
Kev, I'll trade you my unserious Jimmy Butler for your demoted Matt McClung.
I'm gonna trade my bisexual Dwight Howard.
No, that's crazy.
Welcome back, beautiful people. Welcome. We back in this bitch. Welcome. Sean T is here. I'm here. Kev is here, and Steve is here.
Bite.
And I mean, he back off his vacay, man.
He was on a world tour.
Right.
I'm on a world tour with my man.
He was getting to it, all right? Don't ask no questions.
Listen.
I had a couple, but I guess I'll put them back.
What's up? What's up with the questions, bro? I got the answers for y'all.
So what was Vegas like?
I was about to say, how was Vegas?
Listen, they said what happened there, stay there, so I can't talk too much of that snitching. Nah, we was outside for real. Whatever y'all think outside entails, that's exactly what it entails. We was out there, we was having fun.
Praying. Prayers.
Yeah, a lot of great things were inside. You know?
That was wonderful.
Amen.
Yeah, no, it was a great time. You know, we had Bible study at the casino. You know,
today is the day we talk about music. Once again, this is the PC Club. PC Club stands for Physical Copy Boys. We talking about albums, CDs, physical media that you should buy. And today, we got an artist. That we all know dear. We got a long history.
Top five what?
One of us is a real fan. One of us is a real heavy fan.
He said ever. Okay. I respect everybody in pain.
Listen, and you know this artist. He's been on the airways. He's been in our media stream recently. We gonna keep very positive here because this is a 215 podcast, all right?
Thanks.
Don't get us fucked up. Okay?
From the sea.
We are talking about none other than Meek Million. Okay? Meek Mill. Okay, so
clap it up for the boy.
Clap it up for our guy Meek. Yeah.
Philly legend.
Yeah, let's get it. Yeah, so without further ado, what's our favorite Meek Mill album? All right, it's only a few answers. Only a few.
We're not talking about tapes, right? We just talking straight albums.
Straight albums.
Not no mixtape, not no flamers.
Media that they can buy physically.
No, but you can still go get that bootleg.
Yeah, niggas better not come out here with no flamer.
52nd Street is still open, and
yeah, I drove past there today.
It
still look exactly the same.
Yo, niggas survived off the Ox.
That was your spot too. You was on.
It wasn't about spot. I lived on.
Kev used to call it the Deuce.
He used to be getting oils.
He was on
oils on his neck when he walked
the
past.
I'm on the south side.
He was a dirty young boy.
Kevin Webster.
He was a dirty young boy. Since clearly one of us fuck with Meek more than the others, I think it's only fair that he kicks this joint off, man.
Oh no,
Kev.
How did I know you were talking about me? But yeah, I tend to lean towards the side of Meek Mill being one of the best rappers that I've ever heard. And it goes back just to like the experience. I remember when I first went to public school, and we got access to YouTube, being able to watch his videos. We used to wait long and shit for them to load. And it's like, even back then, he's one of the Philly rappers I gravitated towards. But when it comes to albums, I think his third studio album, Wins and Losses, released in 2017. Ooh. I think that might have to be my favorite genre. Just because of what it symbolizes. From the title, Wins and Losses, it put things into perspective. 17 was a time where, like, I feel like when we talk about Meek Mill, we're constantly talking about him, like, bouncing back or, like, fighting off the haters and stuff. But 2017 was one of the first times where, it's like, he had to show he was worth, like, people supporting him. He was coming off the beef with Drake, coming off the failed relationship with Nicki Minaj. Public opinion wasn't right. They was trying to lock him up. They did lock him up.
They did
lock him up.
The whole city was like, we had, what is it? Not parades. protests. We had protests
That shit was
formed
real too.
all around, and
On some 10-year-old shit.
Yeah.
right. That's what I'm saying.
They made a fucking documentary about that shit. That shit was fire. Shout out to me.
That's what I'm saying. So 2017, it was a time where it was like it could have made or break his career depending on how he came. Yeah. And then honestly, he delivered. When I say like Wins and Losses is my favorite album, from the intro, Wins and Losses, Heavy Heart. You go down the list, 1942 Flows, classic We Ball song featuring Young Thug, a hood anthem, a hood classic anthem, if I must say so myself. I think when you really look at it and go all the way down, we got Fall Through for the ladies.
These scars go crazy.
Listen, if you look at it, like it made towards the end, it does like mellow out, but it's a kind of unskippable album if you vibe and depending on your vibe. Like I don't. To me, myself, I could play it all the way through. I won't give it the classic label, but I think like at a time where he had to deliver, he put up a 4 stars out of 5 performance, and that's my favorite album.
Okay, I respect it, but that cover though.
I like your speech, sir. That was wonderful.
Thank you. I was practicing all day.
That was real good. That was real good, man. And I usually in recent years I'm really tired of the covers where it's just a picture of a nigga's past. But this was one of the best out of that.
It made a lot of sense.
It was monumental.
All the pictures.
All the shit he was going through.
Right.
Exactly. So I fuck with that.
Facts.
R.I.P. to Snoop for sure, Ski, man.
No, for sure. He was about to be something that we
gone too soon, man. That shit is sad. Bet. Yeah, man, that was a good one, Kev. I can't argue with you, my brother. I mean,
I want to, but I can't.
You know, you are a resident Meek fan, so
I'm a resident Dream Chaser.
Yeah, resident Dream Chaser, no chain.
Patience, what you thought?
What you thought?
That shit crazy. Man.
All right, bet. Who next? What's up? Who's next?
So we can't do DC4.
It's an album.
That was an album.
It's an album. It's an album. It's definitely an album.
Like
don't throw it in there just for conversation. Is that your favorite Meek album though?
No.
Exactly.
I mean, it's teetering, but I'm definitely gonna put Championship.
I should have went first.
I want to say DC4, but I feel like that's a teeter between an album and a mixtape. So it's like a 1.5 type of situation. But that is kind of like your wins and losses. Shit that he going through.
What, championships or DC4?
No, DC4. If people don't know, that's Dream Chasers 4. Some people don't know what the fuck that is.
They gotta know, yeah.
But yeah, no, Champions was definitely Championship. Sorry, it was definitely an album that I didn't expect him to really level up. He definitely leveled up. He definitely had a lot of shit that was fire. A lot of good features that was placed in the right way. Yeah, the beats was fire. And it came at a right time. Eagles won a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And at first, I'm like, oh, this is
monumental.
Yeah, I thought this was just an album to congratulate the Eagles, but it wasn't. It was just like,
I was congratulating the Eagles,
bro, because the fucking cover, the fucking cover looked like he at the game, and the confetti came in front of him. So I'm like, oh, it's just kind of corny, but
I thought the nigga was in a robot costume for like for a long ass time. I was just like, oh, he on that vibe.
Iron Man, that shit crazy.
I thought it was like Iron Man looking at the Hulk or something.
On that type time.
I didn't even look at it.
On that type time is crazy.
But yeah, no, I just really thought that it was like a gimmick type of album, you know, a tribute to the Eagles shit together. So yeah, I definitely would say that this was his album compared to like other artists with their album, like, oh, such and such was this album. Yeah. This is his key monumental album.
I agree, bro. And to piggyback off that, bro, like that's my favorite album too for Meek.
Okay.
I feel like Championships for Meek was his magnum opus. It was for me triumph on wax. Like you said, like Kev said, like you said, this represented Meek actually winning, and it was a symbolic moment for him and all of us that were riding with him, all of us that was rooting for him. You know what I mean? It was this perfect storm of real world events that interconnected through this album with the riots in the street, with what's been happening with civil rights, with Meek's issues with prison reform and his personal experience with the judges that propel us into those systems. It was great. And even on a lower level, it was Meek getting over his addiction with opiates and the relationships that the bridges that burn and relationships that he's trying to recover with Drake and just a bunch of shit. You know what I mean? And all that happened and was crystallized in this album perfectly. What?
While on the album cover, man.
Yeah,
It's no all cover. Like, keep going, bro. Look at it.
and you know it starts with the album cover, like y'all said, like the Eagles won the fucking Super Bowl, bro, and niggas, and the confetti on the screen, and it was winning on winning. Like Philadelphia was winning at that time, man.
Before Steve gives your album, I just want to point out that while, like, even though I do listen to Meek Mill like a lot, while trying to do a little bit of research for this topic, his album, like, he got a lot of albums to choose from if you really think about it. Because the way you just described championships, that's how I feel about Expensive Pain. Like, I feel like that's when he was like at his like the peak of the peaks. Like nothing could take it. Like nobody could say anything, or he could really like drop some shit. But I say that to say, like, I don't think it's really it's no wrong answer. Of course, for somebody's favorite, it can't really be a wrong answer.
True.
But I feel like no matter what album you pick, like Meek is the type of artist where you could really like delve deep into why you fuck with it or why I connected with you to the point where niggas will look at you like, yo, that is a dope ass album. Yeah. I don't think he got any weak albums. That's a long way to say I don't think Meek Mill has any weak albums.
Nah, I don't think he has any weak albums. I think
the first one, of course, but it's the first. Like,
yeah.
I don't think it's weak. I just think it's first.
I feel like it was rushed, and he still was teetering, still a battle rapper, and still coming.
Yeah,
right.
He find himself.
He wasn't ready yet.
Yeah, but with Championship compared to Expensive Pain, I think was Expensive Pain right after Championship.
It was like 3 years later.
All right.
That might have been his album though. After
I feel like for me, and this is my personal gripe with me because I saw where he was, the mountain that he climbed to, and the transition he made, which was his decision, right? Championships for me was a symbol of something greater than Meek the rapper, Meek the hustler, the person that came about the slums. Yeah, I mean, he was the stuff that he was talking about was more than what we were used to with his genre. You know what I mean? And I get it. The pressures of the world, we were all saying he was just tired of people saying Meek Mandela and Meek Luther King. Like, I get it. When you know that's not you, like he said himself, he's not those people. He's a gangster at heart. Like, he's who he is. He doesn't want that on his shoulders. And I understand that, but it doesn't stop it from stinging a little bit when he just does a hard correction like Expensive Pain. You know what I mean? Meek always was on some free shit, bro. He was always on that fun hood shit. Like, even in Championship, he was on that freaky shit. He said, I'll just let a famous bitch spit in my mouth. Yeah, he was always on that freaky time, bro. We're not going to get into any shit. We're not going to get on any freaky shit. But he was always on it.
let's talk about it.
No.
But I just feel like Expensive Pain, after the Championship album, he just really did a hard correction into something lesser for me. But listen, Championship gave me some of the best bars from Meek Mill, and I think it was because of the time and him having to step up because of who he was with around. He was with Jay-Z at the time, right? Man, that record
Was
free, man.
Y'all really think Jay-Z freestyled that shit, boy?
Yeah.
I think he
Freestyle as in
I told you.
Why you asking that?
I'm asking freestyle as in I'm thinking all this shit on the spot where I'm like I'm saying a line, then I'm like saying another line type shit.
I think it was Paul's start. I think he rapped it straight through and he just listened to it back like,
I can do better.
I could do better than
that's
lyrics.
No, I'm not hating on his.
I'm glad the world is finally seeing.
That's the question.
I'm glad the world is finally seeing.
That's the question. This how they try to get you asking one question.
You feel the same way about the joint with Calvin? Like, you think he just freestyled that joint too?
What song?
The off Calvin.
I don't think no niggas be actually freestyling full verses.
Lil Wayne did it.
Freestyling as in like going in and just
like that's
freestyling.
Thing.
Freestyling is not punching in. That's not
I feel
freestyling.
like Wayne doesn't do that. I feel like he do just
That nigga should be too intricate.
Yeah, for me to just like rip that shit straight. That's what I'm saying. Freestyling is me like put a beat on. I'ma just say whatever comes to my head. That's freestyling. I feel like they selling themselves short by saying they freestyling because they, like you said, it should be too intricate for the niggas to. If they really thinking that shit on the top, they're amazing. Yeah. They genius niggas. Yeah. But I ain't never seen it in person for me to believe that kind of shit like that. That's kind of crazy.
But
son, I felt hell no. What you think about the show on top?
That shit was
You ain't
crazy.
thinking about that shit off top, bro.
I think Jay-Z was
Off top is insane.
but it was
It's the
insane.
greatest ever if you think of it off top.
That shit was crazy. When I first heard that shit, I played that shit over and over.
He said, ha 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 ha. He knew he wrestled after he said that.
I was like, nah, that's insane, bro.
Got $1 billion streams, got $1 billion.
The music, like, yes, all the shit around it was cool, but the music was really fucking good. You know what I mean? Steve will say that there were some lows on the album. There was some skips. There were some skippable mids.
After the joint with Drake, it kind of went sour until like towards the end.
I could
The first 6-7 songs might be his best 6-7 song run in all his albums.
That's kind of mid, upper mid.
Yeah, that's the Roddy Ricch joint and Future joint.
Yeah.
That could have been longer in a kind of a better beat.
Yeah.
But you know, once again, you get the Madden card of when niggas know that this is a special moment. You get the best producers, the best work around you,
best everything.
You know what I mean? And everybody combined was like, yo, we gotta be here. You know what I mean? If you ever seen the Michael Jackson doc, you'll see Quincy Jones being literally bringing the Avengers together and having all these amazing people around Mike to make amazing music. And I think that's what happened here on Championships. Because it was just hard. The music was hard. It was a good balance. It was some really meaningful records, but also, like I said, he had balance of his core fan base for, you know, that Meek that Meek storytelling, that really that overly freaky
freak nasty shit. You're not gonna talk about it though.
Meek, yeah, I mean he loved the girls. That's all I'm gonna say. He loved the girls. You know what I'm saying? He tried to tell us, and it wrapped up really nicely with his really aggressive. I would say the pattern of Meek's rapping flow has evolved. Right? There was a running meme for many years that Meek was always yelling at us.
He still do.
He still does that, but I feel like that the flow on Championship was a controlled violence. It was a controlled pattern of yelling that was more rhythmic. Yeah, I mean, it was cool. But yeah, it was just a fire album, man. I don't think, for me, there's no other album that could stand toe to toe from Meek's category with this album because of all the things wrapped up around it and inside of it. It's really good. If you don't have any Serato, if you don't have any collection, you should get it. Put it on your Amazon wish list. Put it on your Temu wish list.
Temu is crazy.
Oh, do not put it on.
They gonna take you the more other shit, bro.
Get happy. They fucking crash though.
Yeah, but yeah, go get that, John.
Go get it.
But nah, yeah, that was a perfect way to describe that, John.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like for me, it was a tie between championships for me. I feel like for all the reason y'all said, championship was up there for me. I always loved the redemption story. You know, it was kind of his resurgence coming back. You know, from his prison stint. You know, Philly was up at that point. He came back from the relationship, bounced back from the Drake beef and all that stuff. He doing his thing, and I feel like for me, that was just essentially like kind of his like 4 for 4, like kind of Jay-Z shit, where he was giving the game to the young niggas. He was letting them know, like, this is kind of like his old head album. Like, I'm here now, and this is what I've been through type shit, and this is the message I'm trying to give y'all. I'm still gonna give y'all this hood shit in here, but this is what I'm kind of give y'all.
Right.
But for me, my favorite Meek album was Dreams Worth More Than Money. That was just me.
Okay.
I feel like for all the reasons that I can say was great for Championship, the story behind it, this was before all that shit happened. This when Meek was catching his stride. He was first bagging Nicki. He was first. This was before the falling out with Drake. He was catching his stride, like on his way to that upper echelon, passing that B-list rapper type vibe. Like he was starting to find mainstream success. He was starting to like get into them circles with them billionaires. The machine was starting to be around him. He was catching his stride in this shit.
Right.
And I feel like, I don't know, this was it, for me, the music in it was great. This album was great for me because even intro wise, outside of the intro we all known for. This was my favorite intro from a Meek project.
Other than
Other than the actual intro, the Lord knows joint with Tory Lanez, I feel like the intro was crazy to me and went nuts. It went nuts, and I just feel like he had the machine. That was kind of funny, but he had the machine behind him on this too. He had the Nickies, the Futures, the Drakes, the Weekends. He had everything behind him, catapulting this into
the record label split that.
Yeah, did he? And that was my favorite song on the album. The last song, Cold Hearted. Cold Hearted was a banger. Outside of all the freak nasty shit that they grew into in the future, which we should not speak of, quote unquote. Yeah, we're not doing that. But this was my favorite. This was my favorite Meek project. I just feel like the songs in there, I can ride with them more. It had Rico in there. It had Lord Knows. Had the All Eyes on Me joint with Chris Brown and Nicki. It had Ambitions. It had a check on there. Niggas was skating to it at Elmwood. Like it was a vibe.
And not for nothing.
Nah, would you go ahead? Turn up.
The album cover is pretty good too. Like that's
and his daddy obituary in that joint too,
bro. But I feel like all his album covers definitely. Like that's one thing.
They solid.
Beyond like him just yelling, like and just no, but for real, like
beyond just
yelling and shit. Like
he got vision.
Album covers is fire.
He has vision.
Majority of are fire, and you could really hang it. No, but for real, like his most recent album cover all the way down to DC4.
Except for that feature joint with Rick Ross, that shit kind of whack. But I think because
that
was a money grab. That was a money grab.
Yeah, it was a little.
That should never happen.
But all the other ones you could actually hang up as art. Like
and it's crazy because Steve, you wasn't here for this conversation, but I feel like we got into a debate previously in regards to Meek Mill versus A$AP Rocky in the sense of like who was putting out better material or like and pushing a better artistic vision type stuff.
They learned me something. And
I just want to know.
You chose A$AP?
Yeah, I was so excited. I was thinking,
you're not even from New York, bro. Like, what the hell? Pick a side.
But
I think it wasn't just about the visual.
To go back to what Steve's album pick, I think like you said, like at that point in time, Meek was catching his stride and he was living every Philly nigga's dream. He had the hottest chick in the game.
Wearing the DC chain,
right? He's going to the VMAs. It's like every rapper we ever rooted for, this is where we wanted them to eventually get. And I feel like
he from the hometown. He from the city, bro.
The music matched the lifestyle and it was tough.
Man, music match your lifestyle. Bruno Mars, man, you gotta pay that debt, bro. I'm sorry.
What the fuck Bruno Mars do? What do you think?
He went to MGM and fucked the club, or fuck the club.
This nigga owes MGM 50 mil, well, allegedly.
No. That's
not no
50 M's.
They gonna work something out. All he gotta do is
got a residency there. He got a residency there, so he gonna pay that back in blood.
Nah,
he's gonna make that nigga slave that
shit.
That's
Coke bill, bro. You gotta leave that shit on.
He gonna be performing at that bitch every day.
Yeah, till he 80. This pop blocking. I'll catch a grenade for you. All this shit catching grenades.
Like
him in a fucking cage.
But you gotta think it probably wasn't always 50 mil. It probably was like 5 mil, and then he was like
interest.
Let me bet it all on black, and then he kept trying to flip it and fucking it up.
That's a
gift. Oh wait, at the MGM at the casino.
Yeah,
$50 million.
Yes, bro. That's a gambling addict.
And they put it out. They put that statement.
So
they want their money.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
He just gonna keep trying to flip it until you finally hit. Like I'm putting 50 mil on black.
That's the gambling.
No sane nigga is getting there. No sane nigga. It got to be something else.
That's a Bruno to do.
Nigga, I lost a beam when I was in Vegas. I was sick, bro. I was sick.
I put $10 in the 10 going. I'm out.
That's one game. Nigga said I'm out, dog.
I can't afford.
Me and Sean went to the strip club.
Please don't. No. No.
About to blackmail or blackmail.
That's for Patreon. Sign up for Patreon.
Take the red bag. He gave it to her. He said, "You know what, sis? I'm gonna need this bag." My electric bill.
But anyway, so.
But no, like Kev said,
but anywho,
caught up with my man's man.
Damn, bro.
Yeah.
Nigga, bro.
But back to the man of the hour, Meek Mill. Meek Mill's an individual that reminds me. If I had to compare him to a Dragon Ball Z character, it would have to be Gohan, bro.
Really?
Never reached his full potential.
Never reached his full potential, but at the end of the day, never wanted to. Never wanted to.
And cooking. Teen Gohan was a legend. Meek still got some shit. Like back in the day, he was really about that shit. He just never, when he got old, he just chilled out.
Even like every once in a while in the Dragon Ball Z movies or the new series and stuff, Gohan will come show you he still got it, of course. And I think that's just something that like society can't accept.
Yeah.
To look at the backlash that Gohan gets. Like, oh, he never did his thing, like as if he's a real person or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But even for me, like people are so hard on him because he's so talented.
Yeah.
And he pits out these bodies of work that are so good, but it's kind of like he's not even trying or he doesn't really care. We don't know what goes on behind the scenes, but I think people envy that and it kind of just shows in the hate we give him because what do we really expect from him?
Right. That's a good take.
I mean, if you really think about it, he is like, do you say he's the best Philly artist we've ever had in history?
Yes, music-wise, yes.
Yeah.
Based off, yes. Because, of course, Will Smith is like a mega star, but that's more so for movies and whatnot.
Movies.
And slapping Chris Rock. But don't ever talk about his wife. Right. But I think when it comes to music, Meek Mill is definitely the biggest. Because even if you look at album sales, I'm sure his album sales are like up there with some of the best rappers we've ever had.
Absolutely.
And then just appeal, mainstream effect, the changes he had on like laws and all around the country. I think his impact is going to be felt. It's one of those things where it's just unfortunate. We probably won't appreciate him until he's gone or until he's not around. But I think if you look around and really look at his body of work and what he's contributed, he's the top artist to come out of Philly.
Is he where y'all putting him at in y'all rapper tier list? Is he A tier for y'all? B tier? Like where y'all putting him?
All rappers?
Of your all-time rap list, what tier is he in?
I think it's A tier for me.
A
tier, yeah.
A tier.
Can it be pluses and minuses? I would say a B plus.
Okay.
And you're entitled to that. I would just say
you're entitled to a workers' compensation.
The space we started with, we were discussing albums, but I think when the question Steve just asked, we got to take into consideration. You were a young boy in high school, probably middle school, watching Meek Mill rap at a very high level. And now you're a grown man with a family sitting amongst your other grown man friends on a podcast, and Meek Mill is still rapping at a very high level. I think he's like A-tier legendary status. If you take in consideration the DVD era, YouTube era,
shit, he cooking.
Even now in podcast era that we in, he's A-tier legendary.
Yeah, he cooking, bro. Nah, he's
not really a Meek fan, bro. Really.
Chasing.
You had the DVDs now?
Yeah, definitely had the DVDs. He was out there. And it's a special for Kev because a lot of recordings, bro, they happen on Kev and Kev block. Like, Kev was outside when shit was happening, bro. He seen all this shit.
Kev seen Kaboom, Blue Flame.
Right, all them niggas. He was there with your head outside.
With the headshot niggas, though.
Yeah.
The niggas in my hood was making they disses, like, to the head. But the whole time I'm in the back of their videos just like, he cold.
It's obvious you hot. It's obvious you cold. Oh my God, niggas don't know. If you know, you know, man. If you know, you know. But anywho, listen, we just gave y'all some really good music, some really good albums that you should have, right? We're four relatively smart men with relatively good music taste, right? If you've been around listening to us for a bit, then you should trust us by now to go buy these copies. Streaming is a scam. It's poisoning music, and if you watch any news on this shit, if it's coming to your feed, then you already know these streaming services are pulling their catalogs. They're not paying the artists, and it's making it real hard for musicians like me, musicians like up-and-coming artists to actually make good music and sustain themselves. And if you can't sustain these stuff, then you can't keep improving as an artist. So buy the music. Go cop that, man. And I mean,
you dummy.
Stupid.
If y'all want music to get better, keep buying that shit. Or niggas gonna keep making the same bullshit that keep getting streams because that's what they trying to chase the money.
Yeah.
So keep on buying music so niggas can be original again.
Fact.
Yo, it's a new genre of music. Well, it's not K-pop. It's like K-A-pop. So I guess like Korean American pop. But they're just taking like old black or R&B classics and shit and just having like Korean American artists do that shit.
I was in the fucking gym and they
don't fuck with that.
Remix the shit like that. Like, fucking
no.
Rihanna. I'm like,
I don't fuck with that.
We are not with that. We fuck with the Korean. We fuck with the.
We fuck with y'all.
We fuck with y'all.
Like, don't be a pawn in this game, bro.
Nah, they're using y'all. They paying y'all that little bit of bread to take that cover.
And not just Korean niggas. Niggas is doing that shit too. Make original music. Stop spinning shit from the 80s. Stop spinning shit from the 90s. We don't want to hear the same samples. We love samples, but we don't want to keep hearing that shit. We don't want to keep hearing all our greatest R&B songs with trap beats. We don't want to hear that bullshit no more, bro. Make something new. I know y'all Pay y'all producers, pay y'all everybody,
pay them
bro.
boys, man.
Come on.
I was so mad. I was watching the Thriller 40 year.
Yeah, that was fire. Yeah.
And they had Polo G on there just because he had that Michael Jackson
sample.
What are we doing?
That shit was horrible. It's like it shouldn't even be.
He shouldn't have been
connected with this classic.
He shouldn't have been there. It's a shame. All respect to Polo G, but that shit was snapping.
Respect.
Yeah, I mean,
well, Michael Jackson should be untouchable. Stop remixing his shit.
Yeah.
Never do it.
Honestly, we're not gonna put our tinfoil hats on in this episode of the podcast because this shit runs deep. All we gonna say is buy the music, go cop the CD. These shits is still cheap on the internet. Buy the records and just have appreciation for it. But with that being said, we got some Lucy's. We know we got for 25 cents. We got a Lucy for you. 50 cents nowadays because of inflation.
Yo, can I say one more thing about physical media?
Sure.
That shit really hit me the other day. While buying shit so important. If y'all got AT&T, y'all know y'all services went out. Nigga, when my shit went out, I was sick. My streamers wasn't working. I was like, what the fuck I'm gonna listen to? Yeah. This is why you need physical media. Because the internet is not forever, my niggas. And when that shit crash, you gonna be assed out, bro. Get something that works that you can play.
They testing us niggas.
Yeah, bro. My internet went out the whole complex the other day for like 2 hours.
Ew.
I ain't know what to do. Now I put a vinyl on. Late registration, nigga. I was vibing. Turn some shit on. Please buy something. Because y'all going to be sick when it don't work.
Facts, man.
When the world unplugged, I don't know what to tell y'all if y'all
when the shit hits the fan, is you still a fan? It's Kevin, got no sleeper. It's no Lucy. We just get up out of here. Listen, this has been the PC Clubs. The PC Club stands for Physical Copy Boys. Like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what was your Meek Mill's favorite album. Let us know what albums we should talk about or favorite artists we should talk about.
Yes.
We will write them down and consider it.
Maybe not.
But once again, we out of here. Peace.